If I was pursuing uh, the perfect occupation, I was trading, I was managing almost $1 billion. And despite all the things in the natural that I felt like I was having the perfect, life on the outside, I was empty. Through the kind of salvation of Jesus, I realized that everything I was pursuing ended in disaster. And through that journey and through that amazing walk, I gained my sobriety about 15 to 19 years ago, somewhere around there. I really just found home. I think that, seasons are rough. You kind of want to have an outward kind of display of, man, I have everything all together. And then life sort of hits you. And if you think about it, this has been an incredibly tough set of years. We've had COVID, and that was tremendously challenging, especially for my 18-year-old son, who I guess at that time was a sophomore. Anytime you have someone in the family who's struggling, it impacts all of us, right? And we have really endured the stress of COVID during this time. And Raina, my wife, she works at Ben Taub and has been there for almost 24 years. And just being kind of at ground zero in the fight with COVID in her occupation just added a layer of stress to all of us, I think. Couple that with the challenges of being a team in this time. And so, boy, I tell you what, I feel like as we've talked about serving and giving, I think if I look back over this last time period, I haven't had the capacity to serve, to give. And it's been a season of just kind of sitting and just receiving. One of the greatest things that happened during this time is we were approached and someone just suggested that, hey, we join a virtual life group. I don't know who suggested it or why or plugged us in, but that connection during COVID was seriously just such a place to receive and to be grounded and have a connection where I think we were really isolated. As I look back and you kind of feel like we're coming out of this with COVID and we're seeing some real positive steps with my son. And then just out of the blue in January, my brother was diagnosed with cancer. And that really has set off this chain of events of me traveling to Austin once a week and supporting him and being with him. And that's once again an opportunity to really have a choice. You can operate in your own strength and get worn out by that, or lean into others and ask for help and assistance. And I think, we've had tremendous support from the church and the body, just really all over. I was able to take a huge care package to my brother last week, just with someone in a community that had heard about his situation. It was like, hey, we know that people dealing with cancer and going through chemo need these supplies. And that just blew him away. But, as I'm trying to support him and our family is kind of dealing with me being in and out, man, it just, it's so refreshing. And I just know that there's this army of people that are lifting him up and us too.